Okay, so this is titled Trashing Your Abilities for No Real Freedom. So I'm going to speak in such a way for those that understand, because I'm not going to say it in a specific way for um, those who won't take uh, goodness from it. So what I'm saying is everyone's giving out their abilities. All right. There's so many abilities that some of us are born with, of course, that we're actually just giving out. Okay, with no real functioning behind it, and wondering why the um the game board is doing things to you through your people and through um, the abilities that you're giving away. Let's not forget the game board disrupts things. It does it on purpose. It knows what it's doing. It tries to isolate true freedom. Okay, it can only do it for an extent in a certain amount of time if you're not aware of it. You must be careful out here when you actually fight it because it can get real serious. It's sort of like it has, I call it a filtration system because it has many citable accommodations that a fighter, especially for Christ, can internalize. Some of it is so vivid and very near that it might cause a shock to the organs or the spirit if one isn't protected by the armor of God. So you got to be safe out here. I recommend those that take it serious, even during your times of enjoyment. You know, you gotta keep that in your light, in your lantern, to um, be safe. There's a lot of word play of the word freedom. I think a lot of people playing with it. Um, it's sort of like they enjoy the carnivals, circus acts. You know, you see an act take place. Okay, some people may not be able to notice that it's an act, and some people may just enjoy the act just for entertainment purposes, or have that heart or that mindset of, well, you know, people gonna be people, and I'm gonna rock out with these individuals or that person. That's something else you should be able to be careful of. Just notice this: the circus team still controls the show. It's up to you to watch it drain itself, because that's what it's doing. It's draining itself day by day. You know, it's lifting itself up to the well, it's trying to lift itself up to the heavens to a point where the Most High is going to knock it back down. And it's actually happened day by day if you pay attention. Just don't be able to lose yourself in the process of seeing it. You know, try not to. Let's talk about humbleness and peace. It can keep you safe. I guarantee you that because I've been doing that for a long time. Um, Even through certain conflicts. Um, Humbleness is good. Isolation is good. Even staying away or keeping quiet for a long amount of time is best. Trust me. You know, especially if you come from the street and you understand, you know, getting out of yourself is not the answer, because that's when the filtration system steps in. Some of us just refuse to stay in place, even during the things we see are replaying in our face. Let me repeat that again. Some of us just refuse to stay in place, even during the things we see are replaying in our face. What do I mean? Let's see. Let me explain. You know how it's like a cycle of constant pain and things that we know for a fact that a lot of our ancestors or a lot of our elders try to keep you away from, but some of us refuse to. We know what's wrong, but we'll do it anyway. Okay? And not realizing whatever you internalize growing up, it can replay in your face, but it'll replay in your own views, in your own way. Okay? Some people listen to lessons or situations and take it in to better themselves internally. Even if they're going through loads of obstacles, because that is where you have to get to the level that the Lord is pushing you towards. That way you won't be able to be so concerned about the earth that you're living on. Because you're not supposed to really be loving the world like that. You're just passing through like everyone else. Sometimes we act like we know, but okay, but we do what we know anyway. Such a fleshly dependency as we grow in bodies. Sometimes the flesh can lead you into certain directions that the spirit couldn't take later on. And that is something that me even really internalized later on. That noticed that, you know, even being in a lot of street problems and street fights and dealing with certain kinds of people, we can act like we know that we don't know. We can act like we don't know, but we really do know. You understand? But we'll do something anyway, and then go through the process of the pain at that, and then turn around and do it again. You know, I think that's a point where a person is how can I say? And I'm sure a lot of people that can relate will understand what I'm saying. We're so used to beef and drama or situations to a point where we know it's wrong to get into something, but we'll get into it anyway for glory or something, or to make you feel good because you knew you grew up on it, or you know it's been put in your face. So you're gonna develop the what do you call it, the feeling of that this feels good to you, that is as if it's normal, you know. So this is reasons why I actually started this video. Reasons. This isn't one reason, and many people ask this question: reason why the fake gets rewarded. Let me explain. From my point of view, because the ruler is not rewarded. So it needs tamers to block the strangers that's not on stages. You understand what I'm saying? Should I read that again? Reason why the fake gets rewarded because the ruler is not rewarded. So it needs tamers to block the strangers that's not on stages. You understand? Not everyone is gonna commit an act or do a circus act for the tamer. And once you realize that, your freedom will lead you, true freedom will lead you into the ultimate state of freedom. Let's put it that way. Because if you have grown accustomed to enjoy the circus and not realize that only you internally is going to make you see past the matrix itself. And you gotta be able to fight through it. Like I said, through that spirit, you're going to need Christ's spirit. Okay? You want to be able to shield off your whatever trying to disrupt your inner self. So I'm going to end this one here. And all praise to the Most High, Yah in Christ. Y'all stay blessed out there. Peace out.